Tom Brady.
Okay, so the athlete question is always the tricky thing because I think we in our mind imagine an athlete can run fast and jump high.
Yes.
And clearly that's not something that Tom Brady can do.
No, we're not worried
But if
about
we look at an athlete just as the best person at a sport, you could say that Tom Brady is better at football than anybody else has been at their sports.
I want to push back on something you said.
Yeah.
It's very athletic to have to go out there, say hut. Like you're working all your muscles. You're grabbing the football, you're running back, you're scrambling, you're throwing the ball. You're still an athlete. You may not be running and jumping higher than everybody, but Tom Brady's an athlete.
There's no question.
But he's not the best athlete, we're saying. He's not better than Antonio Brown.
Most durable.
Yeah, you could make
it's not even close.
Yeah, I think like most durable, like he's got a great arm, he's a great decision maker, and all these things are huge. And like game IQ is crazy. Like, we always talk about LeBron's game IQ, and we'll talk about, I'm sure, Jordan's game IQ, like Dennis Rodman's game IQ. We always talk about these things, so it's huge. I think if we remove the word athlete and we're just like greatest at a sport ever, like for me, it's Floyd.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's just, but I'm like a huge Floyd fan. He's never lost at all. Yes. That being said, it's what he's done. If somebody said to me, I think that this is the greatest person at a sport ever, I can't say that they're being ridiculous.
What about greatest sports figure?
You could, and look, the problem with sports figure is that we start bringing in like social justice and stuff into it. Even though it's not part of the conversation, you got to think about Ali.
I only got 3.
Go.
It's Brady, Jordan, and Ali.
Isn't that interesting?
We not even.
What about Hulk Hogan? He was huge.
I said this earlier. We're not calling. I told you this earlier this week. We not
Jackie Robinson. You got to bring in like.
We not call. Those are goats,
right?
And we not calling Brady, Ali, and Jordan livestock anymore. All right. These guys are gods, man. Yeah. What they did is different, and I always look at the degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
There's no in sports. There's no greater degree of difficulty to me than football.
That's another thing that you have to account for. It's like there are people who've had multiple rings.
Yes.
Right? In the NBA. There are people who are part of great teams, and they just happen to be part of great teams multiple times, like Robert Horry.
Yep.
Right? And they have multiple rings. I don't think there's anybody in the NFL. Maybe who was the closest? Was it 5 rings?
5.
It was the guy he played for San Francisco.
Charles Haley had
and then
5.
The Cowboys. Yeah.
I think that's it. Charles Haley got 5.
So to your point, it's 2 things. It's so difficult to get multiple rings for 2 reasons. 1, the teams flip all the time. It's hard to have a dynasty. 2, your body don't hold up, bro. If you're in the league for 6 years, and that's when you can actually play the best of your ability. 10 years in NFL is a fucking eternity.
Listen to what you just said.
Go.
4 years.
10 years in the NFL is an eternity. Tom Brady's been to 10 Super Bowls.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
He's been to 10. What you said is absolutely true. 10 years in the NFL is an eternity, but this guy's been to 10
But he barely
Super
getting
Bowls.
hit, though. He's barely getting hit.
Oh, come on. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Good. That's what I'm saying.
That's not true, though. That's not true.
He had great lines and stuff like that.
That's not true.
There's no way he could have been a running back.
That's not true.
Charlotte, there's no way he could have been a running back is what I'm saying on the line.
He gets hit all the time.
No, meaning I think what he's saying, like the position that he played allows him to play longer.
Nobody else could be 20 years. No other position could be 20 years.
That's
yes, true.
You could be a punter, you could be a field goal kicker, but not. I know no skill position is what they say, right?
You know how much quarterbacks get hit? I think we think of sacks, but I'm talking about just hit after the ball's thrown. Yeah. That happens all the time.
I think what happens with these guys that as they get older, they learn how they are so good at predicting the defenses, and they learn how to get rid of the ball before they're in those tough situations. And if they are getting hit, it's because they're really waiting for someone to open up that they believe will be there.
Yes.
Right? Whereas like these young quarterbacks, you see them getting blasted all the time. They just can't read the defenses as quickly, and they don't understand the value.
The timing's off.
The time's off, but they don't understand the value of just getting rid of the ball. Like live to throw another fucking
Sunday
down.
Brady was getting his ass kicked.
Best playoffs.
That front four, the Rams, Von Miller, and goddamn.
That shit is Darnold or whatever.
Donald.
Oh,
what's the other one for the Rams? The beast.
Aaron
Donald.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Been a muscle for years.
Yeah.
They was all over him.
He's a beast, that dude.
He's different.
I bet you if Tom Brady had the athleticism of, let's say, like a Lamar Jackson, right? if he had that just level of athleticism, but didn't change his game that much at all,
retarded,
we would go, oh, yeah, this is the greatest athlete of all time.
Very.
But it's because he's so slow. I don't even think it's a white thing. He's just so slow, dude.
I think his feet big. He wears size 22.
I think he's the greatest athlete of all time.
Ain't no 22.
Don't believe him.
Get out of here.
I think he's the greatest athlete of all time, bro. He's been in the NFL for how long? 22 years, some shit. I don't fucking know.
I'm not going to give you pushback, bro. I'm not going to give you pushback. I'm not going to give you pushback.
And here's the thing, playing at a high level.
Yeah, man.
And still winning now.
That's like being in a marriage and never cheat for 22 years. I'm saying that's in any relationship. That's a relationship. He's still with these people. That's amazing.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. You know how much easier it is to not cheat for 22 years than win 7 Super Bowls, bro?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Try it. 22 years. I don't want to hear shit.
I intend on it.
That's the point.
I don't want to hear shit.
And afterwards, I can be like, this is the greatest husband ever, bro. This is the greatest husband of all time.
You never know.
He did the thing he was supposed to do for 22 years. How do you do it?
The vows he made in front of God.
Yeah.
Listen, and when I say degree of difficulty, look at even with Jordan. That's why it's very hard for me to say who the face of this era is, because Jordan dominated his era and erased the faces of people of his era. But more importantly, after he three-peated, think about the emotional and mental stress he was going through after his pops died. To come back and perform at an even higher level, at an older age, and do what you just did, degree of difficulty. Muhammad Ali, you get everything stripped from you. You're out of boxing for 3 years. Facing jail time, people calling you a communist, all this kind of stuff. You're unpatriotic. You come back and you win the championship. When you look at what these people are not able to deal with in this era, and look at what those people dealt with, degree of difficulty. Those guys are gods, man. They just are. They just Muhammad Ali,
no crutches
Michael Jordan, Tom Brady.
They ain't have too many crutches. They got so many crutches right now. They make them soft. Back then, they had to do it. They had no choice.
It was all mental. And I think that's what gave me a...
Muhammad Ali, Tom Brady. That's the Mount Rushmore of athletes.
And Michael Jordan.
Yeah, those three.
Those three.
Is there anybody else that enters that?
Not to me. Not to me.
Come on.
Not to me.
Trying to think if there's another. What's another sport that we might be forgetting about?
Wrestling.
Well, we might look.
You know why I don't count swimming?
Had a dog.
I don't count swimming because not enough people have access to a pool to even know if they're good at it. So, like, when you look at the best swimmer right now, you're just looking at the best person who is like wealthy enough to have a pool in their backyard and able to just Same shit with golf. Real talk. Like, you think Tiger's the best at golf, or is he just the best person who is rich enough to have access to a golf course?
Yeah, or a club.
What?
And club, you're like, oh, this is expensive. Like, these sports are expensive.
What's your problem?
Taylor knows nothing about
I just put out
Taylor
a
just
sport.
be wanting to sound different.
All I
Taylor
said was
baseball.
put out a sport.
She skipped
all I did.
soccer,
wrestling,
boxing.
Because
Also,
I was
like,
thinking about,
women, poor people are better at sports because they need to excel at them because that's their way out of poverty.
No, but I was thinking about what's that guy's
Dude, the
name?
first poor people to play tennis end up being the greatest tennis players ever. The fucking Williams sisters.
Yeah, poor.
They were not
they were in
first
Compton,
people.
not broke, but like, like they weren't.
I don't think they were wealthy. I don't remember. I don't think they were wealthy.
I was thinking about the guy though. What's that swimming guy?
Oh, if he was so great, you would know his name right off the top of your head. You tell us.
Michael Phelps.
Oh, thank you, Michael Phelps. That people made a big deal about him.
He smoked weed.
Oh, because he was the Olympics.
Oh, look, he's the most winningest swimmer for sure. But for me, like,
and an Olympian, I think he got more gold medals than anybody.
than I think anybody. But also, that's another thing that's unfair. It's like, how many different strokes are you going to make up for swimming? It's like, what if we did that with running? Hey, you have to run with your arms straight. Hey, you have to run with your arms in the air. Hey, you have to run with your arms out to the side, and you get a gold medal for each one of those. That's stupid.
He's got to ride.
It's so stupid.
Simone Biles.
No, Simone's not.
She makes up her own.
No,
I love Simone. No,
really?
Come on.
Gymnastics is the same thing. You got to be rich to be in gymnastics.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
How you go get gymnastics lessons and all that shit? That shit is not fucking cheap. That's
but
not.
You gotta go do that for any practice.
Real talk,
what do you
soccer.
mean?
And outside of America, because we don't really play it, but outside soccer, outside of this world, soccer has
Ronaldo's a goat.
Son,
goat though.
That's Michael.
Well, I think the Usain Bolt is an interesting argument.
Bolt's interesting.
Jim Brown, LeBron, Michael Phelps.
Nah, different levels,
Wayne
man.
Brady.
Jordan, Ali, Brady, different level, bro.
So we got to throw a soccer player on there, bro.
You got to throw a tennis player.
No, because tennis is another one, bro. It's like it's rich people shit.
It would probably be Ronaldo for me.
Exactly. I don't know enough about soccer if it's Ronaldo or Messi or whatever.
Like Taylor just trying to throw something out there nobody has yet. That's all.
I cannot believe
I'm giving y'all options. Damn.
I'm trying to think
Kobe
soccer.
Bryant's up there too.
No.
What?
We got to put a soccer player up there.
God bless Kobe.
R.I.P.
Today is the 2-year anniversary of Kobe's death, by the way.
Kobe right there.
You ain't even know that. Who? Pele.
We don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. I know he's a soccer player. He's a soccer player, right?
Yeah, he's a soccer player.
Keep going.
I ain't never seen Pele, bro.
Floyd Mayweather. No?
Floyd should be up there.
But not with Ali and Jordan and Brady.
I put Floyd.
With Ali, Jordan and Brady?
Nah, I just think in terms of perfection, he's perfect, man. He's literally a perfect specimen.
I think there's GOATs.
Mike Tyson.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Hulk Hogan have to be up here.
I don't know who it would be from baseball. Maybe Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey. Here's the thing. I gave them